We are back here at Cavuto Coast to Coast. Connell McShane for Deal today, and Trump has been playing defense out in the state of Wisconsin. Donald Trump, lots of conservative radio hosts there. Boy, are they influential in that state. And we're actually just getting word in that an outside super PAC is rushing in to help the Trump campaign, pumping in $1 million in Wisconsin in commercials. That's kind of interesting. But to this point about radio, Ted Cruz just wrapped up an interview with Charlie Sykes, the radio host you may have heard of earlier in the week with that Trump interview. Well, he just interviewed Cruz, and Jeff Flock, getting in the middle of this out in Milwaukee, is there with the aforementioned Charlie Sykes. Take it away, Jeff.
In the studios here of WTMJ, it's the biggest microphone, the biggest talker, I would say, in the state, and maybe the most famous talk show host in the state right now, and maybe the country at the moment, Charlie Sykes, WTMJ Radio. You just talked to Ted Cruz. Right. But, you know, you're very influential in the state. You say you are a genuine conservative, committed to conservative principles, and you say Donald Trump is not.
No, Donald Trump is not a conservative. And, you know, whether it is you're talking about his position on taxes or his contributions to Democrats in the past. But, again, it's not just that he's not a conservative. I think that he makes conservatives, he distorts the conservative message. And what I've said is that he's kind of the cartoon image of what liberals say about conservatives.
You're afraid he's going to set your movement back, which you think has been very successful here in Wisconsin with Governor Walker, turning the state from a blue state to a purple state.
Yeah, this is a state where we take conservative principles seriously. I mean, we have done conservative reform. We've shown what can work. And then Donald Trump comes in and basically plays to every stereotype that the left has of conservatives. So
yesterday with the abortion, same issue.
Just the latest one. I mean, you know, for 20 years I've been saying, no, we're not racist, we're not sexist, we're not xenophobic, and then Donald Trump comes in and undoes a lot of that.
You just interviewed Ted Cruz live on the air. I want to play just you talked to him about uniting the party.
Right.
Can anyone unite the party? Let's listen to what Senator Cruz had to say to Charlie Sykes.
We're going to continue working to unify the party, and I think even if Donald throws a tantrum and goes home, I think a great many of his supporters, if we have a fair battle at the ballot box and then at the convention with the delegates who were elected by the people voting, I think a great many of those voters and supporters will remain energized.
You think that, Charlie, is realistic? I mean,
I don't know. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I mean, we've never seen anything like this before. And, you know, the degree of the animosity in this campaign is reflected in the degree of the animosity of the supporters. You know, and I've talked about the waves of hate that comes from some of these campaigns.
But you lose the Trump support. If Trump is not the nominee and it's perceived that it was stolen from him, do those people just disappear?
Well, that's the big question. You know, and first of all, they have to make it clear it's not stolen. That a plurality is not a majority. And if he shows up with 1,237 delegates, he will get the nomination. But if he doesn't show up with 1,237, then he doesn't have the majority, and then he is not entitled to it. But that's the real problem that we have right now. No, but if Donald Trump is the nominee, you're going to lose a lot of folks who have been, you know, the foot soldiers of the conservative movement. I mean, when I say that I'm never Trump, I mean I'm never Trump. And I think you're going to lose and you're going to lose a lot of conservatives. So I think you probably see a third-party conservative candidate as well. So that's the big question. Is there any way that the Republican Party can avoid a split?
Connell, you know, this is the man who has been never Trump, I'd say, probably before never Trump was cool. You know, they take their conservatism very seriously in this state of Wisconsin, and they're concerned that this movement is somehow irreparably damaged by a Donald Trump candidacy. It is one viewpoint.
It is fascinating, though, Jeff. We're really learning about the influence of radio as a medium still in the state of Wisconsin, and the influence of this man, Charlie Sykes.
We should all be so lucky to work in radio. Charlie is better dressed, though, than most radio hosts. I will say that.
Right.
I only wore the tie because you were here.
No face made for radio there. Thank you, Charlie and Jeff.